What's up, family? What's happening, family?
Hello.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Oris Mampofu.
And your girl Bianca Carmichael.
And together we are Black Love Unplugged.
So yeah, guys, firstly, thank you again for the comments that we received from last week's video.
Yeah. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, it was so interesting reading people's comments. I know we say this every week, but you guys bring it every week.
No,
so.
sometimes they won't believe us, so I think it's important that we actually show them.
Okay.
Let's read through some of them.
Alright.
And see what you guys had to say, because the stuff you guys were saying was flipping hilarious. There was one comment that actually we'll read it ourselves.
What did it say?
No, remember the one comment that you were laughing about?
I don't remember. I have so many comments. Let's see. Evander Mukonyana was saying privacy has to be accompanied by transparency. We need to understand that we're individuals before we're a couple. Therefore, there'll be things that are only meant for you alone.
What do you think of that? Do you think that you get to a certain stage, even if you 10 years together, there's certain things that just belong to you? Even though maybe you're married, for example, and your families are intertwined.
I do believe so. You
Okay.
know, that there's some things that are just none of my business. What if your sister's telling you something very private that, you know, just because you and I have been together doesn't mean that she's comfortable with me knowing, or your brother, you know? What if he has a pimple on his penis or something? He's not gonna be comfortable with me knowing something.
Yeah.
You know, I know I'm being extreme, but I believe that, there's some things that I speak about my sister that you'd be very uncomfortable with hearing, you know, and stuff. And I don't want you to even see my sister like that anyway. So yeah, I completely agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally.
And then Umbendulo Mota, always commenting. He says if your partner spends a lot of time on his or her phone, it raises the curiosity. Imagine if Bianca kept checking her phone while they were making this video. I'd imagine Oris would get curious. It's even worse if you ask what's so interesting and that person says nothing.
Yeah.
The best way to stop your partner from suffering is to give them access to the phone. The more they find nothing, they will stop looking.
Because they realize that there's nothing. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it's more about psychology, building trust.
Yeah. I think the one that cracked me up yesterday, because there's so many comments.
Yeah.
But one of them was, you can have passwords to everything. And some guy was like, you can have passwords to everything, but my PIN, forget about my ATM PIN. He's like, don't even try that game with me.
People putting their money up in these streets, bruh. Hey, bruh, we're not gonna.
And Ukabelo Mandla was like, Oris, with you we are winning 5 points. We are bringing you to men's conference. Katiya men's conference is a 2.
No, I think maybe. Sorry. I think he's putting it from a position where he's actually saying, because I'm so insightful with regards to things that are productive for men, that's why I should join men's conference.
You know he's inviting you to a men's conference because you have a password to my phone and you know
I've accomplished something you can't.
And then someone's like, Oris's favorite, this is Chantal Nzama. She basically put in quotation marks, basically saying that your favorite words are, I feel like, every time you're about to explain something.
I guess it's because I'm very emotionally oriented. So if I want to tap into a thought, I tap into it emotionally first. Yeah.
But Bianca, you should, this is Lusanele Nyanga.
Shout out Lusanele Nyanga.
Bianca, you should try denying access once. After fee, or give him a hard time when he wants your phone just in jail.
Just for just, okay, yes. But this is those why for what? No, but why must I go? For what? I go, Bianca, I gave you my phone. You're holding my phone even now. She has my phone in her hands.
I'm not gonna speak to this again, hey? Okay,
let's
but
go.
I never live like this, or else You crazy, man. This is Sarah Liboko. Then someone's like, guys, the part where Oris is arguing over having access to his phone.
I know, guys, but like I showed that I was open to scrutiny, and that I gave my phone to her to take as and when you want touch it phone.
And then
okay, let's take the last one, guys.
Oh, the last one is I absolutely love Bianca.
Wow, how convenient.
Said thank you. Okay, let me look for one then. Okay, our plant just just in case you saw our reactions.
Okay.
Oh, Lawrence Ngwenya says, what I don't know, it will never hurt me. That's why I don't even want to know my partner's passwords. Because once I know his password, I'll be always tempted to go through his phone every time I get the chance. I'd rather stay in the dark for my sake.
Okay. So, I guess there's a double barrel. There's a double barrel to that. On one level, that's okay. It's cool. It's welcome that she's okay with not prying. But also,
where you're afraid, like you don't want the password because you're afraid.
You're afraid that you're gonna find something that you might, that's a little bit scary for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Let's not delve into that. That's not the subject for the day. So, guys, the subject for today that we decided that we wanted to share with you guys, I think it's quite an interesting one. It's a subject that actually came up one of the first few episodes while we were talking, and we said we'd come back to it.
Yes.
And we never really did, because obviously you guys gave us more subjects, so we ended up having so many things to talk about. But we thought today, no, it's actually important to go back, listen to the other videos and what people requested.
I don't even know how I feel about this topic.
And talk about it. Do you want to tell them what the subject is?
So yes, today's topic is exes in your life.
Exactly. How much of a place should your ex have in your life?
Should they have
a place in your life? And if they do have, to what extent is it actually allowed until it becomes toxic? The one thing I do want to raise, because growing up, I grew up in Tableview, right? I know Nankulele Dizalule Mtata, and then I grew up in East London. But then towards the latter years of my high school, I ended up going to Cape Town. Now, Cape Town, the school that I went to was very predominantly like Abelungu, Oranje, like coloreds. And it was very interesting to see the way in which they operate in terms of relationships, and in terms of how they swap and change partners so quickly, and how comfortable they are with their friends, even having being with their exes, and how comfortable they are being and having their exes involved in their lives, And it was quite admirable, I have to say. Yeah, it was quite admirable just to see the way in which they don't allow the ex to be someone who interferes or breaks down the security that they have in their relationship. Their relationship becomes their relationship. Whether they agreed or the person becomes friends even with the ex. About mind you,
And how do you
you tell me what you feel.
No, for me, I personally don't have beef with my exes.
Okay.
So for me, it's not awkward when I bump into my exes in public and you there, I'm always like, hey, how are you? Whatever. Stop, have a little
No, I'm listening.
Are you denying?
No, I'm just how many of your exes have I met?
You want me to count on camera?
Oh, no, we don't.
But the ones that we've met, has it been awkward?
No.
Well, awkward for you. I was just like,
no, I feel like I was
my new boo.
Whatever. I feel like I was the one who actually made things less awkward.
No, and I appreciate you for that. The thing is that it's not awkward for me with that person, because there's nothing weird about the relationship that we've had after. The weird part comes now when your man is there and your man knows that you're so when there's the awkwardness, it's my consideration to you, of I don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
So it's two different worlds in the way you're putting it to me. The first way, let's talk to the fact that to having your ex in your life if you're single, and then talk about having your ex in your life when you have a partner. You want to talk about it? Ngati izochisa
I honestly, I don't like, you know, if your ex is not the type that's trying to, like, you know, damage your relationship and whatever, you know, I don't see a problem with having them in your life. Now, I don't know how I feel about if I found out that you and your ex were talking every day and you're best friends, and, you know, at the end of the day, that's someone you used to have sex with.
Yeah, but that's also someone that you shared a very big part of your life with, and
but it's also someone that
your
you have
vulnerabilities
sex with.
Yeah, but dude, there's a lot of people you have sex with, and you literally go on with life, and even if you encounter them again, you don't make a thing of it.
No, babes. Do you know how girls like have revenge bodies with, you know, you thought you were attracted to her in the relationship.
You shit. Your shit. Yeah, I mean, but I honestly think it's actually a safer bet to have your ex in your life, because once you know, especially when you have that person not even in your life, but that person it's not an awkward situation having that person around your experience and around your circle of space and being cordial with that person, because then you know where that person stands. And now, if you don't know that kind of stuff, someone could be on the other side of the world and they plotting the biggest revenge, or they plotting the biggest.
But just because like that person is around and they're being cordial, it doesn't mean that they're not plotting their revenge. You know, they're just waiting for you to fall asleep so that I'm gonna stay close to friends. I'm gonna stay close to him.
And then
he'll open up to me about, like, you know, that Bianca doesn't cook for him and stuff, you know. Then one day I'll just go, oh, come over, buddy, let me cook for you.
Okay, I feel like you're reenacting the worst nightmare. Like, shit. You wake up from the set every night.
But let me tell you like a funny story, ne?
Okay.
I once dated this guy.
Okay.
He was absolutely adamant about this whole thing. If someone is your ex, they stay in the fucking past. You know? They have no place in your, like, very strict about it, you know? Which I found awkward because I'm comfortable talking to my exes, and it's not sexual or whatever, but I shouldn't feel uncomfortable with, oh, it's a no-go territory. I still want them to be happy wherever they are, you know, and prosper. So anyways, okay, you know, fine. Gandhi, he cheated on me with
the ex. But not just because, like, as guys with those things.
Like, so it makes sense that you were cutting them off
because you're afraid
you
that,
know that
that's what you're capable of doing.
Yo, bruh. And I mean that deep cheating, that I love you cheating. That time girl is also married on her end. Yeah, I was devastated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, baby girl. Shame. It was about right. It was about strong. Say F up, I'm John. I was about strong. About strong.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So in any case, like, but that for me, do you think there's a difference? Do you feel like it's warranted for you to be close friends, even maybe like speak to your exes if you're not in a relationship? Is it okay? Do you feel like it's something that you would do, where you'd stay in touch, break the tie in terms of like making things ever go back to where they were? But
I would.
Okay.
I would, because a lot of, like, quite a few of my exes, we were good friends before the dating. It's just the dating that messed up such a great friendship, you know? And it's not like it was, oh my God, this breakup is horrible, I'm gonna shoot you, you know?
Except for the one.
No, I carried on dating.
At least we know the threshold. I'm strong. At least we know you got a threshold, girl.
Yeah, like, it was it was very sad. It was very sad, because then I started getting insecure and, you know, like, and I'd be like, so where are you going? And you'd be like, hey, why are you asking me those questions? Like, you know, and stuff. Like, so I went into a dark space after that, and eventually the relationship just fell apart because I wasn't me anymore and he wasn't him anymore. Yeah.
And that's what, obviously, it was warranted. It was bound to create that in you. For you, for someone to literally say, don't do something, and then do the exact same thing, it's like, to what end do I trust you? Kind of a thing.
Like, what is your motive behind things? Is it a personal gain thing, or is it safe for the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, safe for us.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I really do feel that, like, I wouldn't mind being in contact with my exes, considering that tie was broken, the fact that we dated and stuff, because I can think of a few of my exes and be like, yo, that was a good friend to me.
For the short period of time that I've been single, between the times of which I was dating, I was friends with my ex. I was friends with my exes. So, with my one ex, because she was the only person I'd actually ever. No, with my one ex, and then the other one, it was it wasn't it wasn't a good time, because obviously it was just fresh.
But would you mind having a friendship with that ex now that it's been a while?
Yes, dude. The thing about me is that I date phenomenal people. Like, I date great individuals, I date smart individuals, I date kind individuals, I date very well-rounded people. People that even if I never dated, or people that even after I broke up with them, or we broke up with each other, those are people that I feel like would be very integral for my life, in terms of like advisors, in terms of people with,
Google, if you want advice, yeah? Google is also a great advisor. Has the answers to everything.
Yeah, but no, for me, honestly, like, I feel like the people that I have dated, the few, like 2 or 3, and they are literally very, very, like, great individuals, of which I would be honored to be friends with. I would be honored. Honestly, it would be an honor for me.
Would you have a problem with me having a problem with you being friends with exes?
Slightly, because for me, it's like, how far do you place out the trust between us? Like, I think it becomes more of a, how far have we come in terms of building security within each other? The fact that, even elements like that are a problem, or that they would be something that you consider as a threat. It's like, dude, like, if I say...
Yeah, but you see, like, the difference between me and you is that, for instance, now, I think about the fact that before I started dating people, I had a great friendship with them. You were like, they're beautiful, they're smart. You see, already so far into my head where I'm just like, why? Why couldn't you just say they were such a great friend? But when ufuna beautiful, say beautiful in
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to show that these are people that I would love to be surrounded by, because they have qualities. The reason why I'm complimenting them is because I know that the people that I choose to have in my life, if you look at my friends, I'm very specific, especially now in my life, about the type of people that I want around me. People that are caring, people that are loving, people that are supportive, people that are ambitious, people that are kind-hearted, people that are giving. Those are qualities that I want around friends. So that's why I would bring it up, obviously.
Okay. I've got an interesting question for you. How do you feel?
Why do I feel like this is going to be
about
interrogation level?
Like, no, it's about exes.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your family holding on to an ex? Like, let's say you were dating me, right? And my family was still so into that other guy that everything, like they have such a close relationship with that person and stuff, and that person was always filtering into conversations with you and da-da-da-da-da-da.
I feel like for me, if it's only... as long as it was an open situation where this is happening, where this person it's not an awkward thing for this person to be engaging with you or me, and that person, like, as long as if that person is like an adoptee, you get those friends that you adopt, and then like they literally come visit every once in a while, say hi, and like they're part of the family.
That's different. Like, if like my sisters are like, oh, our brother, and like they post him and like things like that, you'd be cool with it?
I don't know, it depends. It really depends. It really depends the way at which, the comfortability. For me, the real concern around those things is how malicious are they. If they have a malicious intent underneath them, where you feel like these people are almost kind of comparing you, or they're trying to say you should not be here but you should be there. If you get that kind of a feel, but sometimes it takes you moving away from yourself and you're being maybe concerned about certain things and be like, wait, do these people just appreciate this person because or is it a situation where they're appreciating this person because they want to shove it in the other person's face?
I think at the end of the day, like I think at the end
deep.
of the day,
It's
it's
a lot.
very
There's a
deep.
lot of it.
It's very
There's a lot,
deep,
'cause,
you know?
like-
because it's a double-edged sword.
Mm.
At the end of the day, as a person who's in someone's life, it's not easy constantly hearing about how great that other person is.
If you're insecure about yourself,
Oh,
yes.
please, it's got nothing to do with insecurity.
What do you think it is?
Huh?
What do you think?
It's just got to do with the fact, like, Ngati, there's a hold onto that, you know? And it's always a reminder to you, oh, this person's great. Oh, this person's great. Oh, this person's great.
Guys, can I just ask?
I don't think it's insecurity.
What about
But
someone-
You see, he doesn't let me finish
Okay,
this.
okay.
What about someone who's what?
Okay. I was gonna ask, what about someone's light being shined dims another person's light?
What do
Like-
you mean?
Just because people are commenting someone else doesn't mean that they're dimming another person.
But
So-
Oros, that's what I'm saying. It's a double-edged knife. Firstly, I can't come into your life and decide who should be in whose life, in let's say
Within my
your
family,
family's life, you know. But I would appreciate respect around the fact that I'm the girlfriend now, and can that be respected instead of like where you even start getting insecure, let's say for instance, because of how much this person is always like such a relevant topic to, you know what I'm saying, to the family, where you're like, I wonder if maybe they would prefer if she was here.
Yeah, and I guess it's
You
very
know?
different
And sometimes it doesn't have to be malicious, but there is a weirdness to it. We have to admit to that, or else now where you like.
And I was gonna agree with you on that and say, yeah, there is. I can agree that especially if it's a consistent thing, it's like, guys, like, I don't think I recall you guys complimenting me this much about, you know. I do understand how we can be, you know, but I think for me it's really about striking a balance in all things, you know. Once you can get to a point where bringing up the subject of anything doesn't affect the other, but also that we shouldn't, when there's an other there, which is like a new partner, they shouldn't be bringing up of any other people.
I always say that, like the best way you could look at it, yeah, is that, for instance, let's say I came into your life and your family kept on talking about your ex or whatever. I always put it in my head that a conversation needs to be had with those people where you're like, if the roles were reversed, like right now, if your sister-in-law and your brother-in-law were busy contenting your husband or your wives or your girlfriend or your boyfriend's ex, how would you feel?
Okay.
And whatever feeling you resonate with, if it's a feeling of I wouldn't be comfortable, then stop it, you know. But if it's a feeling of actually, you know, I wouldn't mind, then, you know, it's just like, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like really falling very hypothetical because every single family's scenario is different, you know. So I think it for me, I like the whole empathy element where you kind of look at your situation and be like, how would I feel? One, but I think it's just also important around the subject of involving an ex in your life. If you are going to consider involving your ex in your life through, because sometimes there are some relationships where me, you, and your ex or my ex are within the circle of friends that we used to be with. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then it's like, so do I choose to now, do I have to make my friends choose between me and that person?
Yeah.
Or do I have to now exclude myself from that circle because of this animosity or like untowardness?
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. But for me, I'm just like, firstly, also, how does that ex feel about the current? Because if that ex is offish about the current person, then that is a, okay, guys.
But then how do you deal with it? Do you break away with all your friends?
What?
Like if you are off, you feel like your ex.
No,
is
I'm not
off
talking
within-
about the friend circle. I'm
Okay.
going back to the whole like siblings and things stuff. Like, let's say like how like my siblings are always bringing up my ex to you, but my ex is like, you know.
No, but I'm not talking about that anymore, baby.
I know. I'm just like, I'm into you're rebutting my case, so I'm rebutting like
Okay.
we're bouncing ideas off of each other
Okay.
here, babe. Like,
Okay.
You know, like there's a lot of scenarios to it. So Yeah, but I understand the whole dating within the group, which is also just such a weird thing. Like, but it happens.
It does, and I think it's part of the reason why there's a lot of abelung, like they end up, because they're very like not they're very click oriented, you know. So a lot of the times the people that they even do date are people that they generally would be friends with and would be within their friend circle. And Tina, as African people, we kind of look for the person who's the most different to us. Especially guys, we're like, oh, if I'm a baddie as a guy, like I'm like, if I'm gonna date, I'm gonna date someone who's a good girl, who stays at home, who never does this. That time I like to party. And it's like, wait, hold on, like how do you people integrate your lives together, you know? Whereas in white people, or even like non-black, non-Africans, because I think it's across all the other boards, they're very much into like, if they date someone they have similar interests with. So someone, maybe if they're the same, that's in the same swimming club, or in the same that parties in the same spots, you know, those kinds of things. So that's why they end up like having to stick with each other after they've broken up, because it's like you're kind of still in the same circle.
So
I still need to go to that sports club,
Yeah.
because, you know. Yeah.
Would you be comfortable with someone in your circle dating your ex?
Someone in my circle. Yeah, man. Like for me, I think it depends on like how close that person is to me. Firstly, because
Like close.
no, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't have a problem with it?
No, I would have a problem.
Okay.
Like, no. If it's someone that's very close, it's like, you know, for me, if it's like once removed, a friend once removed, in the sense like maybe every time I'm out, I run into that person and we end up partying there, but we didn't come together. Then it's like, oh, okay, cool, no, dude, do you, bro? Like, geez, like how many people like you know, like it happens. But like for a situation, like it ends up raising a lot of questions if it's like a real close friend. It's like, wait, does that mean while
checking her out all the time?
You know, Oranje has a, you know, was something happening while I was there? You know, like it creates a lot of
quite a lot of questions.
You know what I'm saying? But like for me, even that, bro, like I'm getting to a place and the level of maturity where it's like, how can we control people's lives and the idea of what they feel is for them and what isn't for them on the basis of the fact that it's like, oh no, I've been there, in a sense. You know, like, dude, we're adults, man. Shit.
Well, then I still have a lot of growing up to do.
We're adults. How do you feel?
About someone, like, someone dating an ex quite close to my... Whew, like, I don't think I don't have that many female friends anyway, so the closest I could think of is my sister.
Yeah, but I mean, oh, you've got friends.
Yeah, like, I guess with the friends that I have, like, it's just like, okay, it would be a shock, like, you know, like what you said, where you're just like, okay, you know, like, I can't think of unless it's Tippy, which is already weird on some another level. I can't think of a close female friend, like, you know. That's what I'm saying. The closest thing I can think of is my sisters, and that's an absolute no-no.
Yeah, for me, like, it would be weird, but like I really am at that stage where I'm like,
live
dude,
your life.
like, people should live their lives. Like, now, what if that person's love of their life is my ex? Like, what if nyana bembona mna ndimdampile nje because ndimbonisa
and someone else
and somebody else umbonisa? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, things aren't as black as white in this world. So I think, you know, as long as it's kind of justifiable and you kind of see, but no, there was nothing going on, and then you do see that, okay, actually there's a bit of a link that is happening, and then maybe your friend comes and talks to you about it, and you're like, okay, it's awkward, bro, but dude, live your life, and then you kind of adjust.
I guess you do adjust.
You adjust.
You do.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Like, this exes thing is...
Yeah, I think it shows me, actually, that, hey, I always looked at that whole situation, like, and was like, hey, people that do that stuff, like, they're crazy, having your ex in your life, but it's actually quite commendable. It speaks firstly to the level of emotional maturity you must have. Because to be able to look at someone that you used to consider, you say, oh, this is my love, this is my partner, this is my, and then having
have a future with that person, you know?
And then like you have to go through the adjustment of seeing that person next to somebody else, and that person that it's next to maybe is close to you. It's admirable. It's admirable, man. And actually going as far as to having that person be like to becoming companions now, where you guys are close and you can laugh at jokes and go out all together and drink. Everyone's cool and there's no weirdness. Especially if you're pulling it off, where there's actually no funny business. Everyone is just growing together, having a good time and just being happy. Like that for
sounds
me.
Sounds like a great world, you know?
Yeah.
Sounds like a great world because I mean, like you've expressed to me the friendships that you've had in your relationships as well. You know that you saw like some of them you saw as your niggas, like you know and stuff. Yeah, you know.
And it's a sad thing to lose out on that because of social construct or because of maybe some things that happened in the past, heartbreak, but it's great to be able to move into a place where you're like, dude, let's move forward with life. Let's, you know. But I guess if people don't want it, they don't want it.
I think the annoying thing about humans is that when they see, like for instance, at the end of the day, your ex is not going to change, you're not going to change, you're both going to be attractive. The problem with humans is that they struggle to have platonic relationships with attractive people. It has to go somewhere.
At some point.
You know, and it's
especially it's easier, and especially for females, it's much easier if you've kind of crossed that path before, for you guys to be more willing to cross it again as opposed to a stranger. In terms of like if a person's good looking, it's like, no, if I've been with you in the past, hey, I think you're more likely to get it.
I'd rather be with a stranger.
Really?
Yeah, I'd rather be with a stranger. I mean, with me, I always remind myself like this is why this thing didn't work out.
Yeah.
You know, and I also reflect on maybe there's some friendships I regret taking it there because I lost out on a great friendship.
Yeah.
So like, and now that we're starting to rebuild that friendship again, but am I really gonna fuck it up for like one night? You know, and stuff. But also when you know, like if he also makes that move and you reject him, that's already it's done.
Also messes
done.
It up.
You know, because like you're just like I can't trust myself around you, like you know. So.
Okay. It's complex. I think this subject for me, it actually shows us how complex the relationship dynamic, social relationship dynamics as well can be for a couple.
Yeah.
You know, like there are the awkward, and like for another person, the more relationships you've been in the past, the more likely you are to run into an awkward situation, especially if you don't have ties with those people until you run into them again 2-3 years later. You're like, oh, okay, you know, you don't even know whether to wave or, you know, and it's, I guess there is no, you can't really say that there's a remedy around the stuff. You just kind of like figure it out as you go along. But for me, my motto is, dude, if everyone can just try to get along to the furthest degree as possible, that for me.
And I also feel just honesty with your partner as well.
The partner that you have,
and be like, hey, you know, I bumped into Banbanyana, or like, you know, I'm talking to who. And even when they make a move on you, say it to your partner. Look and say, hey, you know, this person, you know, what, you know, and stuff. Like, be honest. And once there's that honesty, like.
But then there has to be security within us as well, so that when those things come up, they don't create an insecurity within our relationship or create a rift that's going to cause a fight every third, fourth day.
Those kind of conversations they actually secure the secureness in the relationship. Because it's just like, if my person can come to me and tell me, that shows they're also like not interested in trying to go back to that. Because if you were interested, you wouldn't have come and told me that Banbanyan tried making a move on me. Yeah, but like it's a journey, guys.
It's a crazy one, but just like everything else on this planet is crazy, but I mean, we're here, so might as well have all the fun we can, right?
Yeah,
exactly. Guys, please do subscribe, Please do comment and tell us what you think about this stuff. Like,
yeah, like should exes stay or go? Because some people are just like, fuck that, ex yan. Like, you know, like some people are just like, I don't want that shit in my life.
In my life, yeah, I want to move on. I want to move on. But it's like, you shared so much. Like it's tough for me to grasp that because those were like years of your life.
I mean, like some people date for 2 months, yo.
Yeah,
like,
but
not
like,
everyone.
some people
is.
do date for a while, and when they break up, they like.
No, I think you know, yeah, there it's you need some time apart after that. Yeah.
Then maybe come back after some time as well.
Yeah, but you can't straight up go into friends unless you broke up in the relationship
a long time ago, and then you simmered it out
you
like
got
a
to
divorce.
the end and you're like, "Ay man."
About like a divorce. By the time that they're signing, that thing,
like,
they've been divorcing for 2 years.
Let's go celebrate our divorce, and they go for drinks like.
You know, 3 years later, we're signing. We finally did it, my nigga. We finally did it.
Well done to fucking us. Yo, here's a chick. Check it, like, go fuck up her life. Like, so you see, like.
You can't.
Yeah, I know that's what I would do. Like,
yeah, I want to get to those levels. Yeah, but like, got Jade and Will Smith is like, we work together, we ride together, we die together. Bad marriage for life.
Yeah. I'm just like, what? I felt awkward after that. Like when they said bad marriage for life, I'm just like,
but hey, but that's the thing. Once you love each other through that on that unconditional level, you know it's awkward, and you probably hate each other, but you'll get through it. And then 2 years down the line, when you love each other again, you're like, eh.
I think that's like someone actually said in the YouTube channel. I think you guys should stop referencing Jada and Will, considering where they are right now. It's shit. And for me, I don't see that. Like, okay, I see the negativity of what went wrong and stuff, but I see so much more beyond that. Where I see
they're persevering.
For me, what spoke out to me about that interview was that the most important message they had to each other is that I'm gonna hold on to you. I'm gonna hate you. It's gonna hurt. I'm gonna be mad at you, but I'm holding on to you until.
But then, where do you draw the line between I'm committing to you and you? This is toxic.
I think your intention behind it. You know, I love you. I want this to work out, but I'm hurting right now, and you need to understand that I have to go through the emotion. I can't bury it.
No, but let's say, for example, I'm with you. You do something. I forgive you. It resurfaces again. And now we literally are hating each other. I want to break up with you because I'm humiliated, I'm emasculated, my pride, everything is taken away from me. But on the other hand, it's like, I've told myself I want to commit to you.
You know what? I believe that if you were going through something like that, chances are you've already gone through worse. So.
What do you mean?
Like them being there at that moment, the only bad thing about that moment is that the world got to find out. But he'd already been.
No, remember they fought about it. They went to trauma counseling. They went to what?
But they made it seem like that was when he found out about it.
When he did find out, when they get back together and they tried to fix things, and then obviously it came out about that type of situation. They were fighting.
I know.
You know?
I can't talk for someone.
Yeah, the thing is, and exactly, we don't know
I
that.
didn't understand it.
Very true, dude. It's very tough to. Every person's situation is difficult, and they have to have those discussions because some people end up committing to someone to find that this person is actually toxic for them, and they maintain and they persevere in a toxic relationship. So we really need to start posing those questions to ourselves. Okay, where do we draw the line? Where do we say, okay, shit, this is actually destroying me as a person? You know, you know what I'm saying. But then where do we also say we should commit?
Need to get through this.
Yeah, that we just need to get through it. Where is that line?
It's tough to say. Ubona naso phakathi.
Woo! Abanye abantu xa bebona bephakathi ke abanye abantu bangaphandle bathi wena you're in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
And then when and exactly, but when somebody saves you or is trying to save you, they see something that's toxic, and sometimes you need the eye of someone who's not in that situation to pull you out.
I guess so. How did we move away from
Woo!
exes?
You mean to-
You and I do
I
this
think
with
we-
conversations. Like we
But
could
this
do
is
this for
it just shows
hours.
that it just shows that we're actually conversing.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
this is not scripted, guys. It's not edited. Like you saw, trees were falling in the middle of our shoot, you know, and we go on because
Yeah.
that's the thing, you know. Sometimes we don't agree with each other midway. I'm like, okay, this girl, where's she going with this? But it's like, okay, let's see where it goes, you know. Let's Jada
Thank
and
you.
Will this thing.
Thank you for going with me.
Let's Jada and Will it. Let's
I'm not
persevere.
gonna put that out.
Let's persevere through this conversation. We'll get good at the end.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. Like I said, please do subscribe,
Comment, subscribe.
follow, do all the right things, do all the damn things, and then we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for joining us, and we'll read your
What
comments.
episode is this?
This is episode. It's number 10.
Big T.
Oh my gosh, episode number 10. Guys, can you please do subscribe as well so we can have 10,000 subscribers? I think we're very close to 10,000
Yeah,
subscribers.
yeah.
We're probably like 600 away or something. So if you do subscribe, please, guys, so we can get to that 10. Thank you so much. I think next week we should start giving away like little prizes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we're gonna give prizes, right?
Mm.
Actually, the next comment, the best comment that you can get here right now,
The pressure.
right? The best comment and the most fun and the most
No,
unique
but,
type of
you
comment,
know-
we'll send an e-wallet. We'll send an e-wallet next week.
Really?
Friday. Yeah, we'll
I
ask for
actually
your number.
think
send
I'd
an e-wallet.
enjoy it if it was like a live, if we went live during the week and whoever had like a best response, because like someone will think on Google and have, but like when it's
yeah.
impromptu, like okay, this is what like we're doing today, what do you think?
All right. So guys, comment, but we're not going to be giving any prizes away. But I think what we're going to do to celebrate that, after we posted our thing, we're probably going to have a live later that day. How's later tomorrow?
Okay, that's
Let's
fine.
have a live later tomorrow.
Featuring
Where we're
Aria.
going to be featuring Aria, we're going to be featuring all of us. We're going to have conversations, and we're going to give one lucky person that has commented, because if you're on the live and you're commenting and we pick you and we check on our
And you should have subscribed as
yeah
well.
and we check on the subscription that you subscribed and that you've commented on our YouTube, then we'll send you an e-wallet. Okay, I think that's a great one.
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
So see you tomorrow.
thank you guys. From me, Oris Mampofu,
And me, Bianca Carmichael.
and us who are Black
Black
Love
Love
Unplugged.
Unplugged.
Thank you so much for joining, guys. We'll see you next week.
Mwah.
Mwah.